Hey you guys, it's your girl C with Vibe with C, and I wanted to get with you guys today on this video. So welcome back for the ones who are coming through as they usually do, and welcome for all the newbies. Please join me on this venture because I had in mind as I'm driving to work about people keeping your name in their mouth. Okay, we all know that there is life and death in the power of your tongue. So please, by all means, we all know to be careful what we say, but however, people don't, right? We always say things like, oh, I'm dead, or oh, I'm this, I'm that. You guys, I'm gonna tell you, please, by all means, what you put your energy to and what you move forward to is what is going to behold your life. So in saying that, God never leaves or forsakes us, and we always know that there's an enemy. However, you and I have to be careful in how we move because we put more on ourselves than we actually think. So I really encourage you guys, let's be careful in how we move forward and what we do because it stops us at everything we have going on. I'm trying to tell you, I'm living this. I am testimony for this. I promise you, I am a witness for this, that I have really changed and transpired my life and how I move with what I speak and what I do. That's just one fraction of my life and making it better for me. But coming from a very poverty-stricken life and coming from a very negative mindset, and we're in a very bad worldly society. This nation is very, very poor on some things. Concerning other countries, they're rich in a lot of other areas than we're not. And I just say that because from where I came from, I'm just like, wow, I think completely different than anything that I do, different than anything I was born into. And I want to encourage you guys today on this prophetic word that be very mindful of how you speak. And sorry, you guys, for the extra noise. I'm outside, parked to the side while I was driving. I just had to get this out to you guys. But be very mindful of how you think and how you speak. And even in your thinking process, when things come to light, you can shut that thought down. You can hone it in, and it really does go even deeper than that, you guys. The physical and spiritual are two things that are intertwined together, and I'm not going to go too detailed in that today, but the first thing is we watching what this tongue do, what these lips do, okay, and what we put out into the atmosphere. We got to be very, very careful of that, and you can actually change that, and God can bless you, because I hear so many people say, I hope and pray that God's gonna do it. God's gonna do it. We already have everything we need that's inside us. God's in you. Are you activating the God in you? Are you allowing God to move through you spiritually as well as physically? Just something to really think about. You know, God does not leave or forsake us because God is already in us. We are great. How do you speak to yourself every day? I am great. I know I can do that. I know I can accomplish that. That may be very hard, but one day I will get there. Just some examples. Those are affirmations. Is believing in yourself and learning yourself and understanding who God created you to be. Really, hence that. You know, let's time to really think about that in every way we move concerning our finances. We are in a very bad society concerning what's going on with the economy. Plan and prepare. This is a whole nother subject that I talk to my clients and other people about. But I really want to encourage you in how you move. It's all in the mind. It's the thought process first. I think so fast. And my heart and my mind goes so fast and is so passionate. And when God gives me downloads from my dreams to my visions, that I literally am like, blah, 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 like everywhere. Even when I'm talking to my clients, I have to slow down and see, I just did it then. Even when I'm talking to my clients and to other people, I literally have to reword myself. So y'all excuse me, you will see in a lot of videos, unless they are edited, pertaining to certain courses and certain tips and stuff like that. But for me, just speaking, you guys are going to get all this good stuff, and it may be fast and I may slow down, but that's just being me. I used to not let me not even say that. I've always spoke. People have always came to me for advice. People have always asked for counseling, and I never, ever thought I would be here with it. But I want to encourage you guys and taking every day by storm. Every day can be a great day. Why? Because I have already prompted myself that I'm going to not let anyone mess up that day. It doesn't matter if we had a bad moment. It was a moment. It did not screw my day up. You get what I'm saying? I teach that to my children. I encourage that with my clients and the other girls that I have part of certain groups. I have different things and different chains that I'm involved with, and I thank God for that. But in saying that, you guys, it's all in how you view and look at yourself. No one else can tell you who you are. No one else, unless it's coming from God. Be very careful who you hear and allow to listen to your ear. People will project onto you. People will project what they have going on to you. It does not mean that it's you. It could be you for a moment. It could be you for a season. You could have been born into it. But that thing can very much change, because you do not have to have the outcome of what you was born in. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I've lived this. I am similar to how I was born with the very gifts that God gave me. So in saying that, I move forward and I project only God's will for my life and for my children and for whoever else I could come into contact with. But when it comes down to how I move and someone else telling me, I have great discernment on being careful on who I allow to speak into my life, especially the fact that I hear God for myself. So if you're not hearing God for yourself, I promise you to have some alone time and learn yourself. And when you have some alone time and quiet time and you study and you learn to hear, you can learn to hear from God on your own. I understand there's a lot going on. I understand that things are coming down and walls are coming down. I understand that it's hard to pay your bills. It's hard to pay them on time. It's hard to take care of all of them. We have all these things, insurance, food and gas prices have went up. Everything is coming against us. But if you hone in, I promise you guys, and I will do another segment, but I come from I was a married woman for almost 16 years with rosy red glasses on. That will be another story another time. And I had 2 children at the time and thought everything was good and was trying to put my husband at that time ahead, and not knowing I was very young. I was a month 19 when we got married. He was 20. However, moving forward, not learning me and learning life, I actually had to learn, and we all do, after your 30s, after 35 and 40, you learn life over again, and you start over again, and that is okay. Give yourself grace. If God allowed it to happen, everything under the sun is not new. And if God allowed that to happen to you, then you are capable of overcoming it. You are stronger than you think. You have to know that. You have to know that. I just say that because I was part of a domestic violent situation. And like I said, I will go into this story another time, but I just want to give you a little tidbit to understand I'm so prominent and why I'm so happy. I'm so prominent and where God's taking me to. Now I'm taking vacations by myself. I was a stay-at-home mom with my children. He was the breadwinner. To their understanding, his understanding, I did not do anything, but I was day and night 24/7 taking care of my children, taking care of him, taking care of house and home, no mess, all cooked meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, keeping the books, very good with numbers and finances. So by the time we divorced, because he put his hands on me, he came underneath of drugs and a different lifestyle I did not agree with. And I give you props for the ones who do not have a violent spouse or significant other that is on drugs and you're looking to work things out with them. I commend you. That is a very difficult task to take on. But this, despite of it, that was not my story. So I started over with my children and ended up having a third at the end of our marriage. Starting over, we end up going down on our credit. A lot of other things transpired, but I could say in 5 years, I managed to get my credit back up from a 572 to over 800. I'm able to make enough funds to take care of my 3 children by myself. You heard what I said. There's no other involvement, if you get what I'm saying. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, or any other kind of way. I was able to, in 2 years, buy my house, 5-bedroom home. And there is still other investments that I'm teaching my children and teaching them how to stay out of overdraft. They do not overdraft their accounts. That's something I was born into. You get what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, this is just an example. Whatever you may be going through, not paying your bills on time. That was something that I couldn't do. Paying all the bills, whatever it is. I am currently taking care of 3 children on my own. 2 now that are adults, and projecting them into the world. You can do it too. You can do it too. I had to be careful and speak things into existence. I wrote things down in plain. That's what the word says to do, right? Write it down in plain. Make it plain. I wrote out my plan. I wrote out my heart's desires. I pushed towards a prize and towards a goal of the things that I wanted to do with a great intentions. And besides it all, being very grateful that the next day is better than the next day, despite the other things I encounter after the separation. So I encourage you, being careful of people putting your name in their mouth is going to end up being your footstool. I promise you. Just be careful what you do and what you say, and move forward in such a way that you know God's got you, and that you are working towards a greater blessing and a greater prize. Because at the end of the day, honey, it don't matter what anyone say about you. The last say is the last say, and the last shall be first, and the first shall be last, and you will have your last laugh, honey. And I'm not talking about to put people down. We all, whatever we put out, we get back. So you be careful that you're sowing good seeds, and believe me, those seeds will pop up at the right time, and that harvest, honey, is amazing. Amazing. I could keep going on. Paid off my vehicle. Okay, having investments to work for me, starting to take 2 vacations a year, one for myself, one with the family. I can keep going on, but honey, it started with me saying thank you, God, having a gratitude, faithful heart, mindset, and being positive that no matter what someone else is going through, if they not for me, honey, you are not my mission, and I'm gonna leave you where you at. You get what I'm saying? So thank you so much. I hope you guys gotten so much from this. Just take time to think about that and project this on yourself every day. Some positive projection, okay? So you guys get with me. Please like, share, and subscribe. And for more and getting at you guys, this is Bible C. And I'm going to holler at you. Peace.